you like give up the power and you don't want to like barge back in sometimes and be like, actually, I need the power back.
So magnanimous, like getting anarchist vibes. I'm so sorry, I live in like the loudest neighborhood. Surely it may not be appealing to refilm the episode after all the time and resources that you put into making the one you originally put out. But as I argued in my comments on this addressing bid, like I don't think I could call it an apology bid. Like I just see most people in the knitting community being like, just reshoot it with the information that you've learned now. That's what I said in that comment to do, because as I argued, it makes sense given the presented identity and the space that the SciShow occupies in the YouTube content environment. It may seem like the knitting community, which I'm not a part of, by the way, maybe like being over like pedantic on like saying, oh, it's like it's not knots, it's like loops, but also, you know, it's the SciShow, so the terminology also needs to be accurate since it also is fundamentally describing something that if it was definitively a knot, it would not be able to function in the way that it does in like other people in the knitting community. I pointed this out aside from me. I think the other thing that like the knitting community is bristling in, and so many of them have like addressed this. I'm thinking of Park Rose Permaculture, which is like how I found out that the videos in the SciShow, because like if you notice in the comment that I put there, I like was like, what's the original video? Like I don't see it posted on TikTok, because I follow Hank Reed on TikTok. It's not there, I can't find it, but it was because it was a SciShow thing, and I was like, oh, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh. And I think when a lot of people in the knitting community are like, it comes off like mansplaining, I think it's like, and this is like not the fault of Hank at all, because I feel like very much he's like situated within the environment, and so he cannot have this assessment because he doesn't have the perspective that a lot of people in the textile arts do, where like those in the textile arts predominantly who are women are talking about that environment where there's this ideology that like, as a person who's like in technicality, like in the current structures that we have, like that I'm addressing right now, would consider themselves non-binary, but you could definitely call me she, because whatever. And I wasn't here to explain my pronouns. It's just this idea that's like very prevalent in certain science environments, where like it's also like what discourages a lot of women from going into STEM, where it's like men are logical and rational and the best at making decisions. And you definitely see this specific talking point being proliferated heavily. It's like heavily leaned on in like alt-right propaganda. And so like there's this culture, and like anything that like is like girl stuff that like girls are not into is like dismissed. That's what a lot of the knitting community was pointing out. And I think this original SciShow video definitely like unveils that.